In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college football games happening on October 22nd, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college football games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Sam Houston State versus Florida International. The Conference USA delivers midweek football action this Tuesday with an intriguing matchup between the Sam Houston State Bearcats and the Florida International Panthers. These 2 programs faced off last season, where Florida International secured a narrow 33-27 victory on the road. Entering this contest, Sam Houston is looking to rebound from a disappointing 31-14 home loss to Western Kentucky, despite being slight 1.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, Florida International is also coming off a tough outing, dropping a 30-21 decision at UTEP as 6.5-point favorites on the road. Both teams are eager to reverse their fortunes, making this matchup a pivotal game in their respective seasons. Sam Houston State appears to be the more complete team and is well positioned to take control of this contest. A recent common opponent highlights the gap between these squads, while the Bearcats handled the University Texas at El Paso Miners with ease, winning by 20 points on the road. Florida International faltered against the same team, suffering a 9-point road loss in Week 8. Offensively, Sam Houston has demonstrated more consistency and firepower, whereas Florida International is currently plagued by uncertainty at the quarterback position. The Bearcats' dynamic attack should give them a distinct edge, especially given that Florida International has struggled to find rhythm on either side of the ball. The Panthers have played slightly better football at home this season, but they remain a subpar team in several critical areas. Defensively, their weaknesses are glaring. Florida International ranks 122nd in run defense and 99th in total defense, exposing their vulnerability against strong ground games. In contrast, Sam Houston brings a more balanced approach, and with their rushing offense ranked 11th in the nation, they are likely to exploit Florida International's porous run defense. Additionally, the Bearcats have been reliable when playing as favorites of 5 points or more, covering the spread in both such situations this season with an average margin of victory of 20 points. Given these trends, Houston State Bearcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The quarterback situation for both teams adds another layer of uncertainty to this matchup. If the starters manage to suit up, their effectiveness may still be limited due to injuries. Florida International's Keon Jenkins, an adept pocket passer, is dealing with a shoulder injury, which could restrict his ability to throw effectively, an issue that's particularly problematic for a quarterback who thrives on passing precision. Similarly, Hunter Watson, a dual-threat quarterback for the Bearcats, is also banged up, likely reducing his willingness to take on defenders in open field situations. Both teams have had issues when turning to backup quarterbacks. Sam Houston's offense was stagnant for 2 full quarters in their recent loss to Western Kentucky, with backup quarterback Bauer struggling to replicate the rhythm and tempo of their usual attack. Meanwhile, Florida International's backup, Amory Jones, was largely ineffective in relief, managing to connect with only one receiver for meaningful yardage over the span of half a game. These uncertainties make it difficult to expect smooth offensive production from either side. With both starting quarterbacks nursing injuries and their backups showing inconsistent performances, Florida International's offense may struggle to find stability in this contest. The Panthers' offense already leans heavily on their quarterback play, and without a healthy Jenkins or reliable contributions from Jones, their scoring potential becomes even more questionable. Adding to these concerns is the fact that both teams have shown a tendency to commit turnovers, creating an element of unpredictability. The weather forecast further complicates matters, with rain expected during the game, which could limit the effectiveness of the passing game for both sides. Whether the starters play or the backups are called upon, it seems unlikely that this game will turn into a high-scoring affair. Even if Jenkins or Watson return to the field, they are unlikely to perform at full capacity given their injuries, and if backups take over, the offensive struggles are likely to persist. Considering the injury concerns and the expected weather conditions, the safest play is the under on the projected total. This matchup looks primed for a defensive grind, with neither team likely to light up the scoreboard. As a result, under the projected total is our full game total pick. UTEP versus Louisiana Tech. The UTEP Miners travel to Ruston, Louisiana on Tuesday to face the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs at Joe Aylett Stadium for a Conference USA matchup. UTEP is coming off its first victory of the season, both overall and within the conference, following a 30-21 win over Florida International last Wednesday. Meanwhile, Louisiana Tech suffered a heartbreaking 33-30 double overtime loss to New Mexico State last Tuesday, marking their fourth defeat in the last 5 contests. When comparing both teams, Louisiana Tech appears to be playing more effectively on both sides of the ball. The Bulldogs have been more consistent offensively, averaging 25.5 points per game, which significantly outpaces UTEP's 18 points per contest. Defensively, Louisiana Tech is also more solid, allowing only 23.5 points per game, compared to the 33 points that UTEP concedes on average. The Bulldogs' offensive strength lies in their passing game, as they are generating 255.8 passing yards per contest. This should pose a serious challenge for UTEP's struggling defense, which ranks 115th in the nation by surrendering 419.9 total yards per game. Louisiana Tech has also made noticeable improvements in defending the run, limiting opponents to just 104.2 rushing yards per game, a mark that places them 24th in the country. Additionally, their pass defense ranks 63rd nationally, giving up an average of 212.2 passing yards per game. On the other hand, UTEP's offensive statistics are less impressive. The Miners have turned the ball over 13 times this season, ranking among the bottom teams in the nation. Their rushing attack is 113th overall, and although their passing offense ranks 81st, the numbers are somewhat misleading. UTEP's high passing yardage is largely a result of the team falling behind early in games, forcing them to rely heavily on the pass to catch up. Despite earning a win against Florida International in their last outing, UTEP will encounter a stiffer challenge against Louisiana Tech's improved defense. In terms of covering the point spread, the Miners have struggled, managing to cover in just 2 of their previous 7 games. A closer look at recent performances reveals that these two teams are operating on different offensive levels. Over their last 4 games, UTEP has averaged 21 points per game, while Louisiana Tech has been more productive, posting an average of 29 points across their last 3 contests. On defense, the gap between the teams is even more evident, particularly in their ability to defend the pass. UTEP's secondary ranks near the bottom of college football, allowing opponents to complete 65.7% of their passes, placing them 122nd nationally. In comparison, Louisiana Tech is far more effective, ranking 40th with a 57.9% completion rate against. Given these disparities, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Weather conditions in Ruston are expected to be clear, which should make it easier for both offenses to move the ball efficiently, especially given the weaknesses on defense for both teams. Neither defense has been particularly effective in recent weeks, with UTEP allowing an average of 35 points across its last 3 games and Louisiana Tech giving up 27 points per game in its last 2 outings. On offense, both teams have seen decent performances from their quarterbacks. Skylar Locklear has shown some promise for UTEP, while Louisiana Tech's Evan Bullock has been reliable and remains interception-free so far this season. Given the issues both defenses face, we expect this game to feature plenty of scoring opportunities. Additionally, trends favor the game exceeding the projected point total. Louisiana Tech has seen the total go over in 6 of its last 9 games overall, and the over has hit in 13 of the Bulldogs' last 17 home games. With UTEP surrendering an average of 33 points per game, Louisiana Tech is well positioned to rack up points, even if UTEP struggles to keep up. The Miners may not contribute much to the scoreboard, but Louisiana Tech's offense should have no trouble capitalizing on UTEP's defensive shortcomings. For these reasons, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.